The last episode was so fucking nice that we got to do it twice, baby. Here's part 2 to your lying ass bitches to the guillotine.
Take them on.
Take them all.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
So,
I know you had some shit you wanted to say, and I know we're running out of time.
I
last
give a
episode.
shout out to Emma at Top Shelf for introducing me to this nice Irish St. Patrick's Day version of this whiskey.
It is a Kentucky whiskey.
Yeah.
It is an Irish
collaboration. They collaborated
yes.
with some folks from Ireland. Pretty good. But back to what we were talking about in our first episode. I bet most of the folks didn't know. If you watch the first episode, you understand where this topic is at. But I bet most of you didn't know that 32% of most men are not biologically the father of their kids. That's a big staggering number, man. That's a huge ass number. It's scary.
That's 32 out of 100 men that are fathering children are not the real father. That is
it's 3 in 10.
Horrible.
They're out there and they just don't even know. And most of them find out kind of, unfortunately, the hard way, like this man who, I don't know if you guys seen this viral video going around on TikTok or Instagram of this older gentleman who's a doctor. No, not a doctor. He's a judge. He's a judge. There's a video of him on there, and he's telling his story of how he's been married for 51 years. 51 years he's been married. He has a son who's 41 and a son who's 42 years old. And he just found out they're not his sons.
Y'all scandalous.
And the reason he found out is because his brother needs a kidney. So him and his sons went down to see if they were a match. That gotta be some real fucked up shit right there.
That is fucking horrible.
Yeah. Fucking horrible.
To the guillotine.
Take her to the guillotine. Yeah.
That age, you've gone your entire fucking being almost. You've spent more time believing that these are your actual fucking children than you've been on this fucking earth.
Yeah.
Obviously you got to be a certain age to have kids. Forgive me. But you guys get where I'm coming from. Is you spent more time on this earth believing those are your kids than not having kids, not being a father. That's what I meant to say. Is that
just to put it in perspective, he's been married for 51 years to this woman. Their oldest son is 42. So about 43 years of this, it's been a lie. That's fucked up.
We should make a guillotine award and just start handing it out to women. God damn.
She would win, bro. She would
win.
That'd
be cool if we made like a little award and like you could actually like drop a fucking
guillotine of the month goes to
the guillotine of the cunt goes to this bitch.
Yeah, man, that's some fucked up shit, man. But Tennessee is trying to help protect men from such things. They recently passed the bill HB 253/SB 331.
It's very specific, sir.
Yes. Well, that's the whole point, right? Get the information out there.
True.
The bill was signed by Governor Bill Lee April 24th of last year.
Billy?
Bill, last name Lee.
Oh, okay. So it's not Billy.
No, it's not Billy.
Bill Lee.
Bill Lee. Yes, correct.
Good, sir.
Yeah. And what the bill is imposing is that it's going to make paternity fraud a Class B misdemeanor. I mean, still kind of like, but it's a start. It's a start.
So here's my argument with that. Is that still is already basically a slap in the wrist, which is what, even when women are getting found guilty of certain paternity crimes and other such
there's really no serious repercussions.
Yeah, like it's still basically a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, it's like if you can get away with it, the reward is like the ocean.
So it's
and the risk is like a pebble.
Exactly.
Even
It's
if you
like
get
the
caught.
rock you skip across the
Yeah,
ocean. Like,
even if you get caught, it's like,
so to me, that almost still incentivizes, much like, let's take, for example, property crimes here in Nevada, right?
Yeah.
Las Vegas, for example,
Yeah.
where I work, you steal a car. It's a felony, but because it's a property crime, our weak ass DA drops the shit. It's like a slap on the wrist, or they plead it down. I don't know, some fucking worthless piece of shit. Anyhow,
we need a new one.
we definitely need a new one. But that's just one example of like, well, okay, well, yeah, it's a property crime though, so it ain't that. So yeah, I know it's a felony.
So he
but
drops the.
they don't drop them, but they always plead them down, or they always make them some
That's what I
sweetheart
meant. Plead 'em
deals,
down.
shit like that. And that's basically what they're gonna start doing with these women on these paternity cases.
Yeah,
they need
yeah.
to they need to make them harsher penalties.
And listen, I'm a father, and I couldn't imagine what some of these fathers are going through, you know. And I've went through my share of going through court and custody battle and paying child support, which I think the whole system is a fucking
Joke.
It's not even just a joke, bro. It's just rigged. It's rigged against most men, unfortunately, in most places.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's a lot of men out there who's not carrying their weight, which is why the system is rigged against this. You know?
Yeah.
But on a side note, this Tennessee bill, it still has some holes in it that need fixing. So not only is it a Class B misdemeanor, they have exceptions.
Oh fuck. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's hear some of that shit.
So, yeah, refill me up, please. Some of the exceptions is grape, adoption, and my least favorite of all,
rape.
What's the internet, bro?
No. Well, I don't. So
You just
it's rape. You
Listen.
said rape, not grape. Sorry. Excuse
it's
him.
grape. Listen, he trying to fucking start some shit. I'm trying to keep us on the up and up here. God damn it. Can you work with me? But my least favorite of all is that it states that the victim of the offense, I repeat, the victim of the offense was the defendant's spouse at the time. That's an exception. I don't think that exception should exist.
No,
A
absolutely.
lie is a lie is a lie. Whether I'm married to you or not, you did paternity fraud on me.
So I'm been married going on 16 years now. This October will be 16 years. You mean to tell me I find out that my 3 daughters are not mine and she's exempt from any kind of fucking punishment? Again, that's less than a slap on the wrist. That's a fucking free hall pass.
So I'm gonna go to the extreme. We were just talking about grape. So if you're married to
Grape.
somebody
Yes.
and she says no and you still do it, isn't that still considered?
I mean, you're married, right?
But they're not gonna make an exception and say, you're married, so it doesn't count. Really?
That's another good topic to argue on, because there's a lot of people who feel like, well, no, we're married. That's my wife. I can't rape my wife.
I'm taking it.
That's mine.
It belongs to me.
She likes it rough. Like, what the fuck?
But most people will sit up here and argue and say no, right? Which I agree. No is no. It doesn't matter who. My opinion. But then in this situation, I feel the same. A lie is a lie. And you trap somebody. Period. And you trap somebody knowing that what you were trapping them over was a lie.
Right.
Doesn't matter. Married or not. Wrong is wrong. Right is right. You do wrong, you suffer the consequences.
To the guillotine.
You lying ass sack of shit.
You lying bitches.
Another case, bro. This case right here blew my mind. This case of Bill Manser. Now, Bill Manser was a man who was ordered to pay child support for his son. And then for some reason, he wasn't able to pay for some time, and he ended up getting sent to prison for 5 years. Just to later find out wasn't his son.
Mm.
And this was on one of those little TV shows of divorce court. So you guys can look into it if you like. But it was sad seeing that man standing there as like 40-something, 50-year-old man break down and start crying, saying, wow, I spent 5 years in prison because of this woman. And the kid was never even mine to begin with. And then for her to sit there and tell the judge, yeah, I know who the father is. I've always known.
I remember seeing that one. So let me ask you this real quick. What do you feel her punishment should be? Because me personally,
if we got it, to the guillotine. But since we're modern now,
God damn it.
I feel that there should be a hefty fine. She should pay back all the money that he has paid with some interest probably. And she should serve at least half of the time he served. At least, minimally.
So I feel a little more strongly about it.
Go ahead.
Right?
Go ahead.
I feel like it should be an eye for an eye.
Eye for an eye? Yeah.
If he had to serve 5 years in prison and have his record fucked, she should serve 5 years in prison and have her record fucked. If over that time span he had to send her $240,000, then she needs to send him $240,000. Like, I think it needs to be an eye for an eye.
Equal.
Yeah.
I'm with
like
it.
if this is what it costed him.
The harsher it is, I feel like the more of a deterrent it is. So I'm with it.
Because I feel like that would be an example of like, okay, well, I could get him this amount, but then if later on down the road they find out, oh shit, I did it. Well, damn, now I got to do what the fuck he did.
Like I said, the reward for them
shit
is as big as the ocean. And on the flip side, little pebble.
And those bitches need to get the guillotine.
Get it. You know.
All right. So let me ask you this: Should paternity tests be mandatory?
Definitely. And I feel because a lot of people are one-sided about this, and for some reason these women out here are fucking mad, saying that they'll be pissed off if their husbands or boyfriends request a paternity test. We don't give a fuck about how you feel about it. We want facts. We operate off of facts. And it's not only for the fucking man, it's for the father too. If you out here as a woman and you've slept with more than one dude, just be real. Stop with all this feeling bullshit. Take your feelings out of it because it has nothing to do with your emotion. It's just being logically sound and doing what's best for everybody in the situation.
It's sad to make something that's supposed to be so sanctimonious and so heartfelt as marrying someone, right? You're supposed to be marrying and giving yourself to the love of your life, right? To make it more contractual than it should be. But I'm getting to the point when, and thank God don't have to deal with this shit
lucky,
now.
Man. He's lucky.
I'm lucky now. I'm lucky right now. But it's almost getting to the point where I feel like the whole ideology behind getting married is almost needs to be a contractual thing where not only does there need to be a prenuptial agreement before every single marriage that goes mutual ways. Like if she's the breadwinner, you don't deserve half of her shit and vice versa. But in that prenuptial agreement, there should also be a paternity attest for every fucking child involved.
It shouldn't even be in the prenuptial. It should just be law. It should just be law to protect not only the father. It's there to protect the kid. Can you imagine?
You're missing what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting at. Not to interrupt you. I'm sorry, but that's what I'm getting at is that it should be a mandatory thing. It should be law. It's getting to the point where it should be law. I'm not saying it's there yet, but it's getting to the point where it should be law.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that a prenuptial agreement with paternity test is set in stone. Like,
even
that's what you got to do.
But even prenups now is like bullshit because you got people like fucking Jenny May contesting her prenup to Jeezy.
I'm not saying that there isn't
what I'm saying
other factors that involve it. I'm saying that the baseline should be set to that point. And it's sad that it should be set to that point because of the fact that, like, again, a marriage when you marry somebody, it should be somebody that you love, somebody that you know, somebody that you feel like that's who you spend the rest of your life with. And it is sad that we are getting to the point as a society where it's almost to the point where like you have to have a prenup and you have to do paternity tests for all your fucking kids. Like that's bad.
That ain't even the saddest part. The saddest part is that marrying a woman doesn't benefit a man anymore.
You know what's even scarier than that is that nowadays society can't even tell you what a woman is.
That's another story. We'll bring that to you later. But yeah, to the guillotine with that topic.
Guillotine, bitch.
But I've talked to some people. I've listened to other podcasts, you know, especially like podcasts who are helping men, you know, little local radio station out of Florida, Miami. But it's fucked up for men to just wake up and start seeing that it doesn't benefit you, because we have to bring more to the table, right?
Yeah.
We have to do the most, take care of everything. And then at the end of the day, if shit don't go their way, you also lose the most.
Absolutely.
So where's the benefit? Or even let's call it what it is, right?
What are you gonna say? Call a spade a spade?
No. Let's call it what it is, right? Equality, right? Where's the equality?
There isn't. That's one of the.
It doesn't
problems.
exist. It does not exist. So you guys got to stop with this bullshit. They are dismantling homes. We don't have the nuclear family anymore. That is one of the top reasons why this country has gone to shit. Most of these fucking men incarcerated in prison for crimes grew up in single mother households. We got to stop with this war between us. We got to come together. We have to, because our families depend on it. Our futures depend on it.
Life itself.
You want to leave the dude based on some little bullshit and then you want to get child support. Really? Stop thinking about you and your feeling and start thinking about your family as a whole. Does your kid benefit from that? No. And
you know what you guys need to start thinking about? Hitting that subscribe button. Because a lot of you a lot of you have been watching, but we don't got enough for you actually hitting the subscribe button.
Stop
so that
right
way you
now,
get
man.
up to the
hit the like,
hit
the subscribe button. Drop us some love.
Drop us a comment, because we've been known to talk some shit back to y'all.
Yeah. And then also, if y'all got an idea, your topic you want us to cover, let us know.
Always willing
DM us. DM us.
Absolutely.
But before we close this out, if you guys listening to this got your own stories that you care to share, hit us in the comments. We'd love to hear and share some stories back and forth, because I got some stories too.
Yeah, we're gonna start delving into doing some live streaming stuff, or at least some pre-recorded stuff with guests. So if you got a story you want to share with us and you want to try and be featured on the show, we'll try to find a way to make that happen. I know it's possible. It's just a matter of me not being so lazy and having some time to figure all the shit out. So,
man, before we end this shit, we not siding with you bum ass dudes out there not taking care of your kids. If that's one of you, best believe this ain't for you.
Obviously.
So take care of your fucking kids, bum. Yeah. And at the end of the day, subscribe, share, show that you care. We out.